Yeah, so this month we were talking a lot on homelessness, but especially our attitude, our heart towards those who are homeless. And so, as this week, as I was thinking about, okay, how can we respond to that practically? What are things you and I can do? Not necessarily that we have to go and organize and get an official ministry going, but just things we can do just in our daily life to help. And this is one of those areas that there's a lot of things we can do in our daily life because, especially in our community, and it depends on where you live, but if you're anywhere in just about any larger city in America today, you're gonna be coming across individuals on the side of the road with signs up, individuals living in tents on the side of the road, all sorts of people in those places, and especially in our context in the Portland area here today, it's very common. Lots of people to see lots of people around who are living on the streets. And so, as I think about how can we respond to it, there's no one clear answer. Some people will say, "Well, we shouldn't do anything. They need to figure it out. I'm not going to give them any money. I'm not going to do anything for them. They need to go do it." And then some people say we should give them money all the time. We should be generous. And I say, yes, we should be generous. I think how we are generous is not always going to be the same in every situation with every person. Um, I think about the verses, like I want to say it's in James, where and I think John says something similar as well, but like when you see your brother cold and hungry and naked and you don't clothe him or feed him or help warm him, like how can you say the love of God is within you? And that verse is just so convicting when you see these people on the side of the road in these situations. And I think we need to consider, one, in those instances where we see them and we feel convicted about that. If we help them, we should help them. We should help them. But if we are doing it, like, are we doing it just so that our consciences are eased? Nonetheless, I think we should help them. If we have the means to help them, we should. But we also want to consider, like, our heart behind that too, and what is our heart towards them? Are we showing them love, or are we doing it because we want to feel better about ourselves? So there's that to consider. And then that's why I would say there's no one way to respond every time. Some people feel compelled to always have cash on them or always have granola bars or water or socks or something like that to always be able to hand out when they see somebody on the side of the road. And if that is how the Spirit has led you, then I would say go for that. Do that, absolutely. Some people feel more compelled not to give money, maybe to give specific items. Some people feel compelled in different ways. And I would say give and give generously, but also give thoughtfully too. Give thought to why you are giving what you are giving this person. And I'd say even more than that, as much as that person needs stuff and needs support, they also need to know that they're a human being. They also need to know that they have dignity and value and worth. They need to know that they are cared for and seen by others. And so I included a really long quote that's pretty much half my blog post for this month because I read that in a book recently and I was just so convicted by it that I just really wanted to share that whole quote because I thought it was such a powerful thing that opens our eyes to, like, what are we how are we thinking about them, those individuals who are living on the streets? How are we considering them and seeing ourselves compared to them? Are we seeing ourselves as better than them? Because the reality that quote brings out is that we have problems just like them. The thing is, we can go home and tuck our problems away neatly in the closet. They don't have a home they can go and hide those, and they're out for everyone to see and criticize and critique and judge. And so when thinking about how we're giving, learning to see these people as this is a person just like me, and I could be in their shoes tomorrow if the right circumstances happen. And they could be in my shoes tomorrow if the right circumstances happen. And so recognizing I'm not better than this person. I'm on the same level as them. I'm in need of God's grace just as much as they are. And in doing that, then recognizing I'm going to be able, I can talk to this person. I can treat them like a normal human being. Like, sure, they're in a different spot. Maybe most of my friends aren't standing on street corners asking for money, but nonetheless, I can see them as a person. I can see them as a friend even, and being able to, maybe you don't have anything to give, but maybe you have 30 seconds to a minute while you're sitting there at the red light to talk and just, hey, how's your day going? What's going on with you? You know, are you enjoying the nice weather today, or how are you staying warm tonight? Just asking questions and treating them like a person and not being so afraid of them. Because, you know, they get people passing them all the time who won't even make eye contact because they feel uncomfortable. And I say this out of a place of knowing I feel this way sometimes too. And this is something I need to work on as well and work in myself. But I think it's something we could all grow in, is just treating them like human beings. Like, how far would that go if we could just say hello and wave at them and give them a smile, you know, and treat them like a person? If we could do that, I think that would go a long way. And so, yeah, there's no one strict thing to do when you encounter somebody who's homeless on the streets, whether that be at a street corner or walking down the sidewalk. But I would say pray about it. I would say be generous in whatever way that you can, with your time, with your funds if you have it, with your resources. Be generous with them, but also see them as people, and don't always assume that what you have to give is what they need. Maybe ask the question, what do you need? I have this in my car. Would you like this? You know, asking questions like that, you know, because we wouldn't just go up to our friends and give them a $5. I mean, they might take it happily, but we probably wouldn't go up to them with a pair of socks and here you go. You know, we would ask them like, you know, hey, do you need anything? Is there anything I can get for you, help you out? So treating them in that same way, I think that's really important.
Thank you all for watching. If you enjoy the content of the video, please make sure you are liking and subscribing to this video. Also sharing this with some friends. That really helps us out as we are developing more of these videos for you guys. If you would like to leave your thoughts or your comments, obviously put those in the comment section. And if you want to learn more or want to read Travis's blog, that is also in the comments, in the description below. Have a great week. Thank you so much, and God bless.